What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow, and conspicuous by their absence are those two bad hombres, Averno, Atlantes. I'm not gonna say that they were or were not deported, just that they're not here. So, in their absence, I have a guest. Since it is getting close to the Halloween time of year, none other than Panchito El Bunny. So we went to Comic Con in Madera on about a week ago on Sunday. It should have been the 15th, I guess, and it was cool. It was $6 to get in. Um, it was like in like a church hall. It was a decent size. It was all just almost all comic vendors. A couple people selling like arts and crafts. There was no artists or anything like that. But it was worth the drive. I was glad I went. I found some decent stuff. So I'll go ahead and get into it. I got a little wild, fellas. I strayed away from my normal 50-cent bins and got some stuff. So I picked up this Electra Assassin number 5. That's the Frank Miller Il Bill Sienkiewicz series. There's number 5 and number 6. I really wouldn't even recognize this as a Il Bill cover right here if I didn't know. But yeah, those are some sweet ass covers. They were half off, so instead of paying $5, I paid $5 for both of them, $2.50 a piece. And I picked this up for $2. I've been trying to piece together this run. I have number 1, and I have a couple others throughout the first 9 issues. Trying to pick those up as I can. I just don't want to pay full price for them, man. Fucking $4 an issue for new comics is a lot. So I don't buy very much Marvel these days. I picked this up for $1. Fantastic Four. This is when Gladiator comes in and just fucks everybody up. I have the issue number 250, so I needed to get this one because those are like some of my favorite books as a kid. I read those 2 issues over and over again, you know, with the scrolls and Fantastic Four and Gladiator and, you know, all that crazy shit that went down. We'd like level the whole city or whatnot. And I got this for $1. I didn't even realize what this was at the time. I just knew it was Lobo. Oops. I just knew it was Lobo. And by Simon Bisley. Art, like I always say, nobody beats the biz. So I picked it up, and then I realized it's actually the first miniseries that kicked off back in the 90s, which is awesome. You know, it's the first like 4 issues of that. It's a 4-issue miniseries collected. I got that for $1. I was really happy to find out what it was. I just thought it was a different Lobo book that I had never read. I have like 2 out of the 4 issues, but they're all jacked up. Excuse me. They're all jacked up, so like I said, I was happy to get this. I'm not real happy with the cover, though. I mean, that cover is cool, but there are so many good covers, you know, from that series. Like, all 4 of the covers were dope, so I don't know why they went with this one for the collected version. So anyways, that's it for that. I came to my senses shortly after that, and I went and hit the 25-cent bin. And there was there was one vendor that had a good big selection of 25-cent comics. I probably should have bought more stuff than I did, but you know how I am, and I already felt like I was a big spender, so I picked up this Legends of the DC Universe. The Trail of the Traitor, Part 1. No, that's Part 2. Let me take this back. No, wait. Part 1 of 2. Okay, I was alright. And I don't even know who the fuck that is. I'm not a real big Green Lantern guy, but I am a big Mike Zeck guy. And this is by Zeck, and here's number 21. And yeah, I basically just picked those up because they were my exec books, and they're 25 cents. So why not? Then I got this Batgirl number 23. I'm trying to get this whole Damian Scott run of Batgirl. Wherever I find them cheap, I pick them up. So I still got a long ways to go on that, but I got time, so that's it for the DC stuff. These were more 25 centers right here. Punisher number 1 from Marvel Now, all new Marvel Now. I'm not familiar with this series. I like the art. I believe this guy is the same guy that's doing the art on Mr. Miracle now. Gerard's, I believe his name. That's number 1. And then I jump all the way to number 19. And number 20. So I'm going to try and get this Last Days of Punisher run of this series. Well, actually, I'll read these ones first and then see if I like it. And if I do, I'll pick them up. I'll try and pick up the rest as long as I can find them for cheap. Unless it's that damn good and I just have to have them, and then I'll pay whatever, as long as it's not too crazy. So that's it for the Punisher books. Then I got some Cable, number 58. I'm a big Joe Casey fan. Not really a huge Cable fan, but figured as Joe Casey, Ed McGuinness on the art. There was a certain number of Cable comics that I wanted to get out of the Casey run, and these were on my list, so I picked it up. That's what does it say? Lest they shed blood in his name. And then I have that's 58. This is 59. The Nemesis Contract, Part 1 of 4. So I think I just need like 2 more of those, and I'll have all 4. No, I need 1 more of those, and I'll have the full Nemesis Contract, which I've heard good things about. Joe Casey still. Ladron is on the art. I've been trying to get this run going. 1602. This is Part 1. Again, these are all 25 centers. I like some, kind of like Elseworlds, but it's Marvel stuff. So, looks like medieval type Marvel characters and shit. So that kind of stuff appeals to me. All right. So we got Manhattan Projects number 1. I am a fan of Jonathan Hickman, especially his creator-owned stuff. I was always kind of interested in this, but I missed the boat on it when it first came out. I never read it, so I figure I'll start with number 1, see how I like it, and start hunting those if I can. And I got the N League number 9. I picked up this series mostly just for the Eric Canete art. There's some issues that he didn't draw, like this one. But I like the story enough that I said, you know what? I'm just going to get them all. Even the ones that he didn't draw. The art's not as good, but, I want to see what happens as far as the story goes. And for 25 cents, Also from Dark Horse, I got this Conan number 2. I'm not sure who did this cover. I think it might be what's his name? That Listener, the guy that does the Cry for Dawn stuff. It looks like him to me, anyways. I could be wrong, but I bought this because the Carrie Nord art on the interiors, and for 25 cents, you can't beat that. I have issue number 1, so there's 2, and here's number 4. So I'm gonna look for number 3 just to fill it in. That should probably be like the first story arc. I figure the first 4 issues. And that's it for the 25 centers. Next up, I got these at the Wonderland Comics in Fresno. If you're in Fresno, check them out. I went to a liquidation haul. If you look at my videos, you'll see the stuff that I picked up from them. I got a lot of good shit for 50 cents. They had a good selection of 50-cent comics in their booth, and this is what I picked up from them. Avengers Forever #1 of 12. I've been picking those up. I started picking those up out of my LCS. I got like number 6 and 7, so here's #1. So I'm getting the run going on that. I got X Factor number 14. This is a good Walt Simonson stuff. I have 10, 11, 12. I thought I had 13, but I don't. So hopefully I can find number 13 at some point. Then, being the big John Romita Jr. fan that I am, can't pass up on some Spidey John Romita Jr. books for 50 cents. I could probably find them cheap, maybe 25 cents somewhere else at some other point, but I'm like, 50 cents, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. Here's number 11. Here's number 12. And this is the Peter Parker Spider-Man series, which I get confused with the numbering sometimes because then I'm looking at the, is it Spectacular Spider-Man? That was also by John Romita Jr.? Anyways, the shit starts getting confusing me sometimes. I don't know who that dude is. I see Mysterio and Venom. Venom's not looking real cool right there, but whatever. This one that's number 12. This is number 17 of the same series. Again, more John Romita Jr. Craven, one of my favorite villains. 50 cents, can't go wrong with that. And that does it for this haul. Hope everyone has a good Halloween. I should be back in a couple weeks. I'm planning to go to the Bakersfield Con that I've been going to every year for like the last 3 years, I think. And whatchamacallit, so yeah, there should be a couple weeks, and then I'll be with that video. Just want to say the Madera Con was by a group called Ohana. They're doing a lot of cons all over California. They'll have one coming to my hometown in December, to the big city of Tulare, and I'm looking forward to that. Hope everyone has a good Halloween. Be safe, have fun. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share with a friend, and get off the internet and go read some fucking comics.